Post Millennial reports, quote, "It was me at UVU. Suspect in Charlie Kirk killing gave apparent confession in a Discord chat saying, 'Hey guys, I have bad news for you all. It was me at UVU yesterday.'" We'll play the video.
Reports of a confession posted on Discord from Charlie Kirk's suspected assassin hours before, after the murder, but hours before his father turned him in to authorities in Utah. This is Washington Post reporting on this at this point. Justice correspondent David Spunt joining me now live from Washington. Hi, David. What can you tell us?
Hi, Martha. About 2 hours before he was turned into authorities, this according to the Washington Post. We are working to independently confirm this as well, but the Washington Post says that Tyler Robinson, the 22-year-old suspect charged in Charlie Kirk's murder, confessed, and I want to read this according to the Washington Post, writing on Discord, that social media chat group that the FBI says he used, quote, "Hey guys, I have bad news for you all. It was me at UVU yesterday. I'm sorry for all of this." This coming from the Washington Post. Now, this comes as DOJ officials began late last week and over the weekend looking at the potential for at least one federal charge. No guarantee they'll get there. A department spokesperson declined comment, but a source familiar said investigators are not ruling anything out at this time, especially his online gaming presence, his chats, as we just mentioned. Who was he talking to?
Sounds like they're trying to go after on federal charges by his use of the internet. But, I mean, it looks like they got enough evidence.
Oh, yeah.
He's on video running away.
I'm still reserving
His dad
judgment.
turned him in.
Same shoes, same gun.
Yeah. I'm still reserving judgment. After all the long history of things that have happened,
sure,
I don't
agree.
I don't want to feel confident with this person. I want to get whoever it is. I think it's a lot of people, but it's too clean for me so far. And the whole Discord thing, they've gone back and forth with what the Discord is about. What
Discord lied.
Clearly. So,
yeah. But here's the thing. It's not like the movies. People think that if some young guy who has no idea what he's doing manages to get a shot. So apparently he was raised in a family that was around guns and he went hunting, so he knew how to shoot. It's okay. People are lying, being like, you had to be a pro to make a shot from 150 yards. Google it. Look it up. I've seen little kids make shots like that with 100% accuracy.
This is the thing, though. Like when I talk about post-reality, you can go online. There's experts saying one thing.
Okay, forget the experts. I'll tell you this. We have a range. It's local. We used to go there quite a bit. I have watched a 12-year-old. I'm not even kidding. A literal 12-year-old with a bolt-action rifle hit 100% accuracy at about 100 yards.
To me, it's the angle he was shooting. If he's at where he was saying over the heads of all those people, I think that is probably a little harder. I mean, I've looked at a lot of people say both
50 yards
things.
with iron sights, I don't miss. I've got a 357 Magnum Winchester.
Okay,
it's one of my favorite long guns, and at 50 yards, I don't miss. Iron sights, no scope.
And I'm reserving judgment because I've seen people who say they're experts on guns saying one thing and experts saying a completely other thing.
You should also keep in mind it's likely that he actually missed where he was aiming for. At 200 yards, he was very likely aiming center mass, because that's generally what you do, and the bullet hit him in the neck. So he actually wasn't trying to shoot him in the neck. Nobody would actually be taking aim at the neck. Even professionals, they would be aiming for the face, which they call the T, which is basically between the eyes.
Even that's rare.
Yeah, even rare. Yeah, but at 200 yards, it's doable for a pro. But for him, he was aiming here, and he got him in the neck.
There are two arguments. One is that from the angle, there was actually going to be a lift, in that what he was aiming for would actually hit higher.
Right.
So that argument, he was aiming center mass, and when it fired, it actually went a little bit higher because he actually wasn't a particularly good shot. The other argument is that he didn't account for drop and was aiming for the head.
Right.
Now, only thing I can say is this. Forget all the experts. I can tell you this. Shane, I will bring you out to the range. Do you have any training?
A little bit, yep.
Right, okay, so I guarantee you within an hour or two, you're going to hit 100% of your shots with a scoped bolt action. I
still have a lot of questions about just this guy being a lone wolf. A ton. There's
I don't think he's a lone wolf.
And I'm still reserving judgment on him being an actual shooter. I think there's too many weird things. How he knew where the tent would be set up, when he got there, when did he get there?
No,
he parked in the morning because last time Charlie was there.
No, hold on. These events are planned well in advance.
But you don't know where the tent's going to be.
Yes, you do.
You think? I think
they have to submit a ground floor plan for security well in advance. So right
how
now,
did he get that?
So knew somebody. I don't think he was working alone.
From 3 hours away. So then the network is that big?
No. So this is what I'm saying. Like this, everyone keeps saying stuff like, and I mean this respectfully, but in ignorance, how could he have known where the tent is going to be? Because 2 months out, they submitted their security plan to the university, and they said, here's where Charlie will be. And so someone at the school said, it's going to be so cool when Charlie shows up, they're going to put him right in the pavilion, something that simple. So I'm traveling, and we're a month out, and I'm coordinating with security, travel, vehicle, all of this stuff, a month away from me just going to a new city. So for this, what does it look like? A young guy, radicalized online, who has trans friends, hears over and over again how Charlie Kirk wants to kill trans people because the left keeps saying, and then gets it in his mind to go and kill Charlie. It is also kind of my concern with Charlie's security, honestly, is that they chose the center of the pavilion right in the middle, creating line of sight from all the surrounding buildings. But the truth is, Charlie genuinely didn't think this was going to happen, which is sad and kind of crazy because I got to be honest, neither did I. And we talk about the violence all the time, and I still didn't think it was possible. When we do, listen, Alex Stein and I were going to go to a university in 3 weeks and do quite literally the exact same thing. And we didn't, and we planned this. The plan for this has been 4 or 5 months out. So it's entirely likely that the university we were going to was well aware of where Alex and I were going to be, where it was likely going to be set up very, very easily. And now we're canceling because of what happened to Charlie. We didn't consider it possible.
So you think someone leaks that information from the school to someone in a chat?
I don't think you need to leak it.
Dude, it's like
I don't think it's that public.
I think there's a 27-year-old who is coordinating watering the grass with security, who said, make sure you don't park anything over here because we're going to have this thing with TPUSA and he's going to be speaking here. And he went, okay. And it's just everyone knows. It's not compartmentalized. So I think people, they see these things and they think it's got to be like a movie. How was the guy caught? Well, let's be honest. I do respect the work that Cash and Dan had been doing personally going out, but he got turned in. So apparently the story is they couldn't figure out who it was. They watched all the surveillance footage. They, against the advice of other agents, put out the images of the suspect, and then the father turned him in. And I guess what happened was the kid said, the shooter, I guess the story is, I don't know, and this could be false too, it's still early, that he would rather die than go to jail. Right. And the dad physically restrained him until the police could come and get him. Right. And the principal reason, and Bannon and Luke Rutkowski have ragged on the FBI for this, the principal reason dude got caught was because his family turned him in, not because of hardcore groundwork from the feds. I don't think that's fair. I think they worked really hard on this. But it's actually the simple solution. He didn't really know what he was doing. He didn't really plan. He was telling his friends because he didn't know how to react. It's not that planned out. However, I do agree with you that I don't believe a lot of this when they're saying he acted alone. You have messages from people on social media that clearly knew it was going to happen. Yeah. I think he was bragging about it. I think he knew. And then when it came to this Discord stuff, there's a couple potentials. He was talking to people in the Discord he had not previously communicated with. Or it could be that his trans roommate had been saying, hey, he's going to go do it to these people in advance. So then when he came in, there's a lot of ways we can look at it. I do think one of the more interesting conspiracy theories is that the trans roommate is the actual shooter. And this Robinson guy said these things in Discord to intentionally take the fall. Don't know. Still a conspiracy theory. Official reporting is that this guy, in all likelihood, is the person who did it. For all we know, that when they say that, here are people need to consider about online messages as evidence. Social media posts are interesting because they originate from different places and different areas, so that's hard to fake. However, if you live with someone, this is why I find this conspiracy theory interesting. Not that I think it's true, but it is something to consider. The trans roommate is the actual shooter. That's the conspiracy theory. I'm not saying it's true. But how easy would it be for the roommate to go into this guy's room, open his laptop and say, it was me, I did it, and then run to the other room. And then go, oh, I'm so shocked. I can't believe he did it. Look, he said it in Discord. That proves it. And Cash and everybody are like, open and shut case.
And that's why I'm reserving judgment. And I just have lots of questions.
But I mean, they found DNA on the towel that wrapped the gun that matched the shooter.
And that's why I say
nothing to me yet.
And that's why I say, and also considering they said it. I don't know how you prove it to the public, but you trust Cash, right? Mm-hmm. But that's why I say the Israel stuff, the Groyper stuff. It's just like whatever, man. That's so circuitous and goes such a weird path to make true. The trans roommate conspiracy theory is interesting because, of course, they found his DNA. The trans roommate took his towel. I mean, it's just not complicated. Someone you lived with doing it. And they have similar builds and similar appearance, and that's why the conspiracy theory exists. Again, I'm not saying it's true.
Sure. Yeah.
People are going to manipulate you right now with everything they put out. Like we were talking about earlier with that video where you were saying it's not people on the roof. There's other people saying it's a palm gun. Like they're flooding the zone with so much bad information. It's impossible to believe anything.
The one thing I do find interesting is, and this is very difficult, is the 30-06 impact on Charlie. That's a massive bullet.
It's huge.
And so I'm curious what you think, Phil. It's difficult to get into detail, but there have been posts online where they say, how could a 30-06 make this kind of wound? They would have expected some kind of different. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.